Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions. You're watching I Watch You Watch, possibly Speak Up. I haven't decided yet, but at least this time it'll be, I guess, I Watch You Watch. We're covering the after show of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's supposed to give you insight on more what was going on during that time. But I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. Also subscribe if you are new and leave your comments below. So let's dig in for a few minutes on this. It's not going to be long. Okay, so they talk about this whole Nashville trip, but first they talk about Drew. Who's paired off is Shamia and Kelly, if you haven't seen it online. Portia and Snapchat Cat, they have their own place. And then there's Drew, Cynthia, and Angela. Portia feels like Angela put her in an awkward position, so she went on and invited Drew. Which I don't think that was even in your control, lady. And I do feel like production said, no, she's coming. So get ready. You know, it's just so... I honestly, I get this is a birthday celebration, but you're on a show. If you want a birthday celebration, you can have your own. The show has sponsored you and all these other ladies on a trip. That's not a birthday party. You're not even for this, an influencer. You're an employee. And in the real world, of course, people that you don't want around you would not be invited to your birthday party. We get it. I totally understand it. Again, you're on the show. And I have no clue why you thought this was great to not do. Perfect portion. I don't get it. I don't get what Drew was going to do to you. I think Drew was just, well, she did want to talk since you've been avoiding her. See, the thing is very interesting. Drew's in the wrong, but Drew wants to talk to you about it. And you got nothing to say. Or you won't give her the time of day to even talk to you. But what you did is try to sun her and clown her on episode 1. That's a friend. Y'all supposedly friends. Okay. Yeah, so Portia waved the white flag and let Drew come. And she said, look, my mindset was, at first, I don't want her around, but look, I gave in, and I don't want to make her uncomfortable. The most we saw from Portia was, I guess she did welcome her in on the trip. Had nothing else to say to her. I guess that's cool or whatever, but if you could be, I don't get it, but y'all can. Kelly was like, you know, this was an intimate setting. Shamia said, don't bring nobody on my trip. And Snapchat Cat, she also said it too. Let's see. As far as what Portia was saying, that she was trying to make Drew feel welcome, Drew said that she felt unwelcome the whole time she was there. Of course, when she first came in, she saw those twin bunk beds. And we already know how I feel about cast trips, and it's old and played out, and y'all have nothing better to do. Truly original, which is really sad. And I'm sure Drew probably didn't have that much money if she's going through this divorce. I'm going to say something at the end of all of this. I am, because maybe in another video, because I just got heated right then and there, because somehow only Portia is going through a divorce. At least that's what's in her head. I have not yet heard her check on anybody else. We see her go back there to Shamia on this last episode. I know this is an event, but I'm just getting fed up on some of the stuff that I see. It's just so weird to me. Like, it's just Portia going through. Portia's got this going on. Portia, Drew's right there. Kelly's right there. I've never seen anyone ask Kelly how she's doing. Kenya and Kelly, they were able to share because they got similar situations that are going on. But nobody's asked Kelly anything. And I wonder how Kelly feels like about that. But somebody's got to pick up This girl's feelings, the veteran. Outside of Cynthia, she's the long-standing housewife that everyone. She's supposed to be America's sweetheart and supposed to be the anchor. And flopping. Um, she felt unwelcome. True. And Drew just feels like even what we were going through, I didn't think it was that deep that we can't have no conversation. Angela said that she thought it was miserable. And Angela came in as a person saying, I could fix this. If they just get together and have a conversation, it would be well. Possibly the best thing wasn't to do it on a birthday trip, but who the F cares? I've been rambling on already. I'm almost through. So later on that first night in Nashville, after Angela says that Drew is coming, they're trying to say that Angela was trying to make it this negative thing, like I was going to charge at Drew, not charge physically, but I was going to do something. I don't know how you got that vibe. I guess she wanted to feel the temperature, like, are you really okay? Because how can someone who you barely know influence you that much that you would pop off? You make no sense. Portia makes no sense. I don't care how much y'all love her. It don't make no sense. So, of course, some of the other women that are there who are also cool with Drew. She said, I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them anything. So they're just finding out. So now they're asking about Drew. How is that Angela's fault? Like, wouldn't they have asked the question anyways on your trip, on a cast trip, that she's a peach holder? Like, it's not making any sense, Portia. But people gonna act like you are just really speaking, like what's her name? Like our almost president, Hillary Clinton. I'll just pick her. I can't remember. But it's just like, what? They were going to ask, so what do you mean? You act like you ended up spilling to them. Oh, Angela brought her along to crash my birthday party. So you would have been telling them anyways. I don't get that. You guys said that you weren't trying to be negative, but then your trifling ass friends started slut shaming her and turning her into a whore that's supposedly sucking knob or Dennis's knob. No, that's Brittany Edie. She does that on the World Wide Web. She got the stretch marks to prove it. Shout out to Angela. No, that's where that goes. So nobody was shutting it down. I did see Miss Cat. She did talk about it, but she wasn't trying to really shut them up. Even though what she just went through was just so bad and just so this and that. It's so horrific. And I had not slept in 3 days, Let's see what else. Britt, this Miss Cat then said that,
You really gotta watch Angela because she wants to play this sweet and innocent thing, but she's really creating things, something.
what is she creating? I mean, at this point, she's creating a show because who else is doing anything? There's only so many events that Kelly can do. You're doing nothing but becoming Shamia number 2. And that's how I think that's going to be your ride, or you think is your ride, to get you on for another season. I see you, Miss Cat. And I've been seeing you, really, since episode 1, about how I see how you were going to maneuver yourself. Such an easy way for you to, such a lazy way for you to possibly get another season in. Anyway, so Drew, what is she talking about? Oh, Angela says, do you feel like I set you up to, I guess, be offered up to the wolves? Drew said no. She paused for a second and then said no. Because I know you and I know what your heart is and all of that. And I know that you just came into this group and you really needed someone to be there. Nobody's thinking about that at all. Angela is new. She doesn't know anyone, and all these other ladies are just joining up and linking up with Portia. So she's starting to know Cynthia, but it's like, I need that familiar face. You brought me in here. So I'm sure Angela needed somebody that she was more comfortable with. She's having most of her solo scenes with Drew. Yeah, Drew said no. Um, Portia felt like what Angela was doing was inviting Drew to have this like I got you thing. Um, and then when she started talking about accountability,
She was using it to distract.
distract from what? Inviting a friend that now you don't like on a cast trip. No, let's go back to you because you act like you can be a beast on this show and suck the life out of filming because you got something going on that's your own fault. Okay, let's go. So the birthday dinner. So what happened with Portia as she's explaining it now, which she didn't say on the show, is that she was told by both of them, Drew and Dennis, that they would not be filming together, and she was told by a friend that they were filming. But you said on the show that you were mad at Dennis, that Dennis was doing this. If Drew gave you your word, as now you're trying to say on this after show, why are you still mad at her then? This is before you knew about what happened. Why are you still mad at her? Why are you just... That's not making any sense, ma'am. So now I feel like you're changing your story. So now say, oh, they both vowed that they weren't going to film together. That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't believe it. You can believe it. Y'all can let me know if y'all believe it and why you believe it. That would help me. If you're going to say that you believe it, please. She felt like with all the stuff that was going on in my life, she felt like it was a pile-on. A pile-on of what? That somebody was filming something that you weren't aware of, that did nothing to damage you at all. When Drew decided that she was going to leave, she felt like Drew was being dramatic. And then Britt says,
She's a runner.
but anytime that you're confronted, you're ready to whip out whips and pistols and hurry up and change the subject. And now somebody's picking on you. They're jealous of you because
You're so pretty because I was able to be in King Magazine. I was able to be Stevie J's bottom B.
I'm trying to be nice on here. I'm really talking way too much right now. But anyways, a runner, but you don't really own anything that's going on with you, ma'am. Already they stopped talking. The crazy thing about you, and I don't know why people keep pushing you out there like that, but nobody's even talked about you. You have to now bring yourself up and saying how
Much of a victim you are.
Cynthia said, ask Drew, would you feel away if someone just grabbed Ralph and just started filming with them behind your back? Da, 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 da. Drew says, well, if we're friends, no. She says that Phaedra's been out with him and she knows him and da 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 with Ralph and all that. They said, well, that's different. How? That's going to be on film. But what? If Dennis is not talking about Portia or the family or anything, and it's just business, I just don't see what the issue is. I'm sorry. Cynthia says, I would never film with anyone. That it would just be too uncomfortable for me to do that. And it's all of the respectability politics out there. But Drew was like, look, still don't understand what her issue is, but it just seems like that she wants to spin the block. I don't know about that, but it looks like Portia wants to control this man. That's all I got to say. Shamia, she talks about the call she got. Now, she tells us that this happened while she was with Portia, but for some reason you started crying on the bus. I'm confused. But she does say that they had not talked in 10 years. That's how long it's been since she's left her first husband. But that's about that. She just felt kind of like this peace, since people were trying to villainize her with this whole situation. But that's all that did happen, and I think I made this longer because I just started going off into a rant. That's not going to happen every week, or even if I will film every week. But I just get mad because even in this after show, these folks just lying and not even making sense. And you know who's not making sense. But that's all I do have. Y'all can give me your thoughts on the after show. They talked about fashions and stuff, and that one woman that bleaches her skin was on there all of a sudden. She wasn't even introduced. Y'all trying to put her... Y'all are so tacky and weird, Bravo. Y'all just trying to put that girl in anywhere just to see if you're going to get viewers. That tells how desperate you really are. And you know how much you really effed up with Kenya. And I'm going to keep saying it. You effed up with her. And you know it. You know it. Anyways, thank you for coming. Like this video, share, subscribe. Until the next one, peace. Peace.